Hello everyone, SP Architects here. In this tutorial, we will learn what is Art Deco style and how to model it in ArchiCAD. Now I will give you some preliminary information about this style. This will last for about 1 minute, so you can skip 1 minute ahead. Art Deco style is an art movement that first emerged in France after the 1920s. It's possible to come across extremely magnificent examples, especially in the fields of architecture. The Art Deco style, which developed immediately after Art Nouveau, is unlike it, based on industry rather than the manual labor. For this reason, its patterns are not floral or curved, but are entirely geometric in origin. In the 1920s, the conception is increased in rapidly industrializing and modernizing American society, and the era of abundance and prosperity, also known as glorious 20s, began. The impact of social changes reflected in the area, such as architecture, design, decoration, visual arts, and fashion, was extremely effective in the formation of Art Deco. The main characteristic of the Art Deco style applications are defined as the use of expensive materials, the dominance of straight and sharp lines in structures, the blending of geometrical shapes with aerodynamic forms, and bright color preferences. Art Deco, like Art Nouveau, uses Gothic decorative elements. After the 1930s, the movement initially came to an end as architects wanted to separate architecture from ornament and advocated functionality rather than ornament. However, in the 1960s, it resurfaced in the West under the name of Art Deco Revival as a rebellion against the monotonous structures of modern architecture and began to gain respect again. Art Deco was influenced by a variety of avant-garde sources, including Art Nouveau, Bauhaus, and Cubism, as noted by various historical sources. Ornamental motifs and pattern styles were often inspired by Native American culture, ancient Egypt, Mayan and Aztec cultures, ancient Rome, and ancient Greece. Art Deco was more than just a movement, it represented a sophisticated modernism designed for a new century. Modern elements included shapes symbolizing machinery and the automobile, such as utilized chairs and wheels, and natural elements such as sunbeams or flower bouquets. Art Deco had two main types of patterns: zigzag modern and streamlined modern. Architects associated with the Art Deco style include Élie Saarinen in France, Raymond Hood, William Van Allen, Henry Hohauser, Elmore Dixon, and T.L. Pfluger in America. Successful examples of Art Deco style in architecture include Élie Saarinen's Helsinki train station, Ankara train station, the Chrysler Building, Rockefeller Center, the Empire State Building in New York, and the Radio Music Hall. Alright, now let's see how to model one of them, which is the most exciting one, this one in ArchiCAD. But before we start, I'd just want you to like this tutorial. It's going to help the YouTube algorithms, and do not forget to subscribe if you want to see more tutorials like this. Now after this, let's start the tutorial. Alright, here we are in ArchiCAD and this is the model we are going to get in the end. As you can see, this model is very complex, and as you can realize, very hard to model with basic doors and windows. So we are going to follow another way. To get a model something like this, first we need to sketch a drawing for preliminary. Therefore, I have created a preliminary work for this tutorial. We can see it under the worksheet. As you can see, this is the model we want to achieve, and this is the sketch. I don't want to make this tutorial too long, therefore I will only model and only show how to model this part. Let's go to ground floor, and I'm going to delete this one, and then I will right click this worksheet and click show as trace reference. To see this better, I'm going to disable the graphical overrides. There we go. Now we are going to start this one with a simple slab. Let's go to slab tool and change the reference plane location to bottom, and we are going to model this with different layer thickness. Our first layer will be 40 cm, 20 centimeter and a different centimeter value. This part is going to be 20, this part is going to be 40, and this is going to be 60 and 80. Let's start with 20. First, I'm going to change the bottom location to 0 and I will make this 20. And for this part, maybe I can use the yellow. Since we can see the sketch part for the window, we can hit the space bar to use magic wand tool. Something like this. But our model divided into two parts. First, we are going to model right side, and after that, we are going to mirror it to the left. It will be way more quicker. We have a situation here. Let's fill this gap. I'm going to hit this point, click this add polygon, and after that, let's click somewhere here. I'm going to determine arc by center point. The center point is here. And now I'm going to follow straight segment and close the shape. This is the first step. Let's switch to second step. Let's all click this. And this time this is going to be 40. And I'm going to change the stucco beige row. If I hit the space, you will see only this part will be highlighted. So I'm going to click this polygonal, click this corner and follow this way. Let's switch to tangent previous segment and go straight, go to bottom and close the shape. And in the 3D window, we have this. Don't worry about these gaps, we will fill in them in the end of the tutorial. If I look to the right, this layer is the same with this layer, therefore I'm going to continue my shape, just like this. If you see something like this, you can continue editing. After that, I will change this thickness for the new one. And I'm going to create this part. For this curve, I'm going to click this arc by 3 points. There we go. Let's continue our fourth layer. Same method. Go straight and close the shape. Let's switch back to the 3D window and fix their levels. We have another one here, and this is going to be 40. We have a shape similar to human nose. Let's create it with the spacebar. Fulfill inside. You can remove these unnecessary points, and maybe you can hide the bottom part to inside. Let's select this and switch to 3D window and fix its level, just like this. Let's copy it to here, or create it once again. We have an intersection problem right here, therefore I'm going to make this 25, 45 and move it to top. Now we are going to model our roof part. You can make it in different ways. First you can make a complete triangle, and after that you can add layers onto that, or you can model part by part. It's up to you. This is my first triangle, but this is going to be 20 or less. And I'm going to duplicate this yellow, paste here, and maybe we can move to bottom, something like this. In this stage, you can extend this bottom according to this position, and also this bottom part. I think this is better. After that, we are going to create a cover for the roof. Therefore, we are going to change the material. For instance, this white. Hit the space and let's click this point and extrude the thickness. Maybe less, maybe more. Now I'm going to select this and mirror, or anyways, let's make it indent. Now we are going to model this window. It's very easy. To do it, we are going to create a basic wall, something like this, and we are going to click window, and we are going to use the arc top window. You can reach it under the windows, special windows, arc top window, and you will change its width according to your model. I'm just going to hit the M and measure this distance. It's 150 and height is from bottom to top is 363. First I will change this 363 and A value will be 150. Let's switch back to the 3D to look at what we have, and if we dive into settings, I'm going to uncheck this upper transom and no sash type. Let's hide the opening line. Textures are not important for now. The most important thing is the placing you will see this sunshade. To close the shape, as you can see now this is open, but it's unable to open. If you want to this closed, you will switch to regular and make this 180 to 0. And maybe you can turn this into 1 to achieve something like this. Let's click OK, and here what we get. Now I will convert this into a morph and rotate from this face, and I'm going to move this below the model, right click, go to solid element operations. This is going to be target, and this is going to be this is going to be target, and this is going to be operator. Subtraction will be turned into with upward extrusion, and then we will click extrude. If we select this in the floor plan and move it to here, to its proper position, you will see this model. And now we can do this. Before the last step, we will model this circle. To do it, we are going to use the morph tool. I'm just going to hit the space and fill this part. I will switch to 3D window, move this up, and I want to extrude this maybe 20 centimeters or less. Let's make it 15. And after that I will change this texture to white roof maybe, or white pine. White roof is better. I don't want to use the same material with the roof, so in the 3D window, in the 3D rendering, you can change only this circle. Now we will click this point and push to bottom maybe 10 centimeters and same distance. Now let's make a symmetry like this. Hit Ctrl plus U, rotate, and we will click this rotate to path. There you go. This is way more better. Let's fulfill inside. Where is that? Here. We can extrude this. Maybe 17 centimeters. Yeah, better. After that, I will select them. Right click, go to Union. Now this is one model. Now it's part to modeling the log parts, such as this one, this line, and other inner lines. To do it, we are going to follow a different method. We are going to use the opening tool. We will use the polygonal for this, and for the limits, we are going to change from infinite to limit one side. Since we have used 20 centimeter thickness for this part, for instance, this value will be less 5 centimeters. So I'm going to input here 15. But as you can see, this thickness is 60, therefore this value will be 55. Let's see what we have. Let's click here. Thickness will be 5 centimeters. And there we go. And this is what we get in the end. We can duplicate this. Even we can rotate, copy. Let's continue from here. I'm just going to hit the Alt. There we go. And for this part, we can copy something like this, push inside. And for this curved one, we will use a trick. We will use the wall tool and change its thickness to 5. And after that, I'm going to hit the space and follow this line. After that, I will select this and go to Edit, Reshaped, click Explode into Current View. We are going to uncheck this Keep Original Elements after exploding. Now I'm going to uncheck this Trace Reference. And I'm going to hit Alt to copy this and click inside. Just like this. As you can see, we have a problem. What's that? These openings are white, but these openings are transparent. The reason of this opening is using this slab, but sometimes it misses its space, so it's visible as transparent. Let's check it out if it's correct. Alright, there is no problem. Our gaps are very nice and looking perfect. Let's continue for this part. I want to make this parallel with this line, so I'm going to use this parallel option. To open this toolbox, you will go to the window, Palace, and activate this control box. Let's continue here. As you can see, this texture and this textures are different. Let's split this from here. To split this, you will use this split command. You will click this and click this line, and you will click the part where you want to hold. Something like this. And after that, you can change its texture, such as this brick. Now let's create our logs for this curve. I want to start from this point, but this highlights, this slab is not the thing I want. Therefore, I'm going to hit the tab, and as you can see, it switches to second slab, and after that, I can use this opening. Let's duplicate this to here and rotate. It's better to extend a little. Alright, let's continue from here. Rotate. As you can see, our logs didn't match with the thickness. We need to change the value to 40. If we can select it. I think we cannot select it. Anyways, let's control this second. I think this part will be brick as well. Now I'm going to select them in the 3D window, and I will change the value to 50. Now it works. We are going to hit this inner point, and after that we will click this cut additional segment elements. For the value we will make this 55, or we can push to bottom, or we can try different value, maybe -5. Yeah, it works now. I think we will extend this nose a little higher, and now it's better. Maybe a little less from this slab. Alright, we have modeled everything, and now for the final step we are going to make a symmetry. Let's select all of them except this circle, and right click, go to move, and use mirror a copy. We are going to use the center line, and we will get this. For the final, if you want to make this thicker, you can follow these steps. And to make this better, you can chamfer this nose. We will select this and hit F5. And after that, we will click Morph. I want to chamfer from this corner, therefore I will create a triangle, something like this. We will click this and click this corner and click tube. It will be very easy. Now this is going to be operator, this is going to be target, hit execute. After that we will convert this to the morph and delete this part. There we go. Now we can union these two. We can copy this here as well. In the floor plan, if you hit Ctrl+K, you can scale it down like this. And After that, I will click this face and click this push pull. There we go. Now here we are in the final stage. We will convert this into an object. To do it, we will select all and go to axonometry. We want to create this from top view, so we will click settings. To top view, we will click this symbol. Something like this. And as you can see, this is still selected. We will go to file menu, go to libraries and object, and save selection as object. Let's make this tutorial object. Click save. Let's switch back to ground floor and go to object. As you can see, it's already selected as tutorial object, and now we can place it. Let's switch back to perspective view, and here we will get this. Since this is an object, you can easily change its height and width. You can stretch it out, down, whatever you want. Or you can just duplicate according to your project. Maybe you can rotate. And this was how you can model Art Deco architecture in ArchiCAD. If you enjoyed this tutorial and learned something new, please hit the like button and click the subscribe if you want to see more tutorials like this. And if you are serious about learning ArchiCAD, you can go to my Patreon page. From there, I will be waiting for you. Alright, thank you for watching. Until next time, have a nice day. Bye.